Hi everyone, it's Dr. Terry
And Tina Wonke.
and we're from Cardinal Points. Last time we talked about neurotransmitter testing.
This is the kit that we talked about last week. So now we got the results in a week later.
And here they are. I'm just going to give you an up close version of the results so you know what they look like. So you can see that it gives you a nice chart as to where your neurotransmitter levels are. So what we're going to talk about today is some of the symptoms you may be having as a result of having your neurotransmitters either too low or too high. So we'll start off with serotonin, my personal fave. We hear a lot about serotonin because of traditional medication, Zoloft and things like that are called SSRIs. So they impact your serotonin levels. Serotonin is kind of I call it mood flexibility because it helps you kind of roll with things when your serotonin levels are good. They also looks like if you have low serotonin, irritability, negativity, food-seeking behaviors in the afternoon also is an indication of low serotonin. So a lot of people might experience that also in the winter time with low levels of serotonin because if they're low, you might be a little bit more moody. Okay, so depressed and anxiety have to do with serotonin levels as well, right?
Okay, so the next ones we're going to talk about are glutamate and GABA because they are tied together. One influences the others. And there is a precursor to the glutamate, and that's glutamine, but we won't talk about that this week. We'll talk about that next week. So when someone has issues with their GABA and glutamate being out of balance, being too high or too low, they can experience those symptoms associated with anxiety, difficulty concentrating, difficulty with memory. So if someone's really, really anxious, they're going to probably have higher GABA levels going on.
Yeah. And the last system we're going to talk about is the catecholamine system, which is your dopamine, norepinephrine, and epinephrine. We know them more as dopamine, noradrenaline, and adrenaline. That's more common terms. So these three things work together as well. You have to have one to produce the other. And the catecholamine system has a lot to do with addictions. It's the reward pathway, the feel good, I want that again type pathway. So if they're too low or too high, that could indicate addiction type seeking behavior. It also has a lot to do with personal drive and energy. And the way I like to see it is I have the I don't wannas after 2 o'clock in the afternoon. In the morning time, I'm all fired up to do anything. By 2 o'clock, I'm like, don't wanna. Until you correct that, to keep that energy level up in the afternoon, you're probably having some dopamine, catecholamine issues. Anything else about dopamine? Oh, ADHD.
Yep, ADHD. You'll typically see higher levels if there's ADHD issues going on. And also you'll see higher levels of those if they're on ADHD medications, which can then lead to those irritability
and aggression.
Yep.
Yeah. So sometimes our medications actually aren't helping us the way that we thought they would, or especially when you use them for long term. So that's those are the 6 neurotransmitters that get tested, and those are a little bit about the symptomology you might be experiencing with the neurotransmitter. So if you have any of those symptoms, or you're just curious to know what your neurotransmitters are doing, you can check us out at cardinalpointwi.com. All right, take care. See ya.
Bye.
Bye.